Fellow history buffs and curious minds, welcome. Today we embark on a journey through the vast and captivating tapestry that is Canadian history. This story stretches back millennia, weaving together the rich traditions of First Nations peoples, the arrival of European explorers, and the ongoing quest for national identity. Rising out of the icy expanses of the Northern Hemisphere, Canada, with its alluring natural splendor, has been home to countless stories, legends, and a strikingly rich cultural diversity. Our goal is to unravel these compelling narratives, drawing you into the magic of this mesmerizing land. Our weekly series, Nations of the World, is a quest for such historical and cultural treasures where each country forms an individual piece of the global jigsaw. From the breathtaking Niagara Falls to the towering CN Tower, Canada is a treasure trove of natural beauty. Its culture, molded by Indigenous traditions and multicultural influences, forms a singular tapestry of experiences. Allow us to whet your appetite. What's a simple image on a flag, but a symbol that reverberates with the spirit of every Canadian and their deep love for nature? The iconic maple leaf, certainly, but this leaf holds secrets yet to be revealed, including the importance of its languages and religions. As we delve into the annals of Canada's history, we'll uncover tales of its earliest inhabitants, the impact of European colonization, and the birth of a nation. We promise to enthrall you with stunning visuals as we traverse the diverse landscape of Canada, from its coastlines to its bustling capital city, Ottawa, with engaging tales from its folklore and the vibrant layers of its culture. Whether you're a history aficionado, a culture enthusiast, or an experienced world traveler, Canada's captivating narrative is sure to ignite your curiosity. We thrive on your feedback and engagement, which propel our content creation journey. So interact with us and share which country you want us to explore next in our Nations of the World series. Before we embark on our journey through the vast landscapes of Canada, let's take a detour into the realm of legends and explore a chilling tale from the eastern woodlands. The Wendigo, a mythical creature of Algonquin folklore, is said to originate from a human who succumbs to insatiable hunger during a harsh winter, transforming into a monstrous entity. The Wendigo is often depicted as a gaunt figure with a heart of ice, its eyes glowing with a menacing hunger. But this isn't merely a tale to frighten children around the campfire, it carries a profound message. The Wendigo symbolizes the dangers of unchecked desires, of taking more than one needs, a cautionary tale that warns against the destructive nature of greed. This narrative mirrors the deep respect First Nations people have for nature, emphasizing the importance of living in harmony with the environment, a lesson that resonates more than ever in our modern times. This tale serves as a reminder of the importance of balance, respect, and gratitude towards nature. As we journey through the expansive landscapes of Canada, keep the Wendigo in mind, a cautionary tale that teaches us to appreciate the abundance of nature and to tread lightly on this earth. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer vastness and the breathtaking beauty of its geography. Stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific and northward into the Arctic Ocean, Canada is the world's second largest country, covering an impressive 9.98 million square kilometers, or about 3.85 million miles. Despite its massive size, Canada is surprisingly sparsely populated, with a population of just over 37 million people. This means there's plenty of room for its awe-inspiring natural wonders. From the majestic Rocky Mountains that extend from the northernmost part of British Columbia to the southern state of New Mexico to the thunderous Niagara Falls straddling the international border between the Canadian province of Ontario and the US state of New York, the geographical features of Canada are truly a sight to behold. But the spectacle doesn't end there. Head north, and you might be lucky enough to catch a glimpse of the ethereal northern lights or aurora borealis painting the sky with its mesmerizing colors. And let's not forget the countless rivers, lakes, and forests that dot the landscape, or the stunning coastal regions that stretch for over 200,000 kilometers. These geographical features provide habitats for a wide range of wildlife, from the iconic Canadian beaver to the majestic polar bear. From coast to coast, Canada's geographical features are as diverse and expansive as its history. The stunning variety of landscapes not only adds to the country's natural beauty, but also played a crucial role in shaping the lives of its earliest inhabitants, influencing their cultures, traditions, and ways of life. As we journey through Canada's history, you'll see just how intertwined the people and the land truly are, a connection beautifully exemplified in the evolution of Banff National Park and its role in Canada's conservation efforts, a gem in Canada's collection of natural wonders. Nestled in the heart of the Canadian Rockies, Banff National Park is a testament to the country's commitment to preserving its stunning landscapes. With its pristine turquoise lakes, snow-capped peaks and abundant wildlife, it is a haven for nature lovers. Established in 1885, Banff holds the distinction of being Canada's first national park, paving the way for the formation of other national parks across the country. For millennia, Canada's terrains were a living, breathing canvas of Indigenous cultures. From the Inuit, expert hunters and fishers of the Arctic, to the Haudenosaunee, Iroquois, in the east, known for their comprehensive social infrastructures, and the Coast Salish along the Pacific coast, admired for their intricate artistry, these varied groups coexisted with their surroundings. Their profound understanding of the earth and immense respect for nature were pillars of their societies. The Mi'kmaq, with their rich customs, delicate quill work, and impressive canoe-building abilities, were not to be forgotten. Each of these societies were the original guardians of the natural world, living symbiotically with their environments through sustainable customs deeply rooted in their culture. They were far from isolated, though, as extensive paths connected them, allowing for cultural exchanges and fostering intricate trading practices. Trading often facilitated diplomatic relations with other tribes, with commodities like wampum beads made from shells playing a crucial role in their existence. Their history took a turn with the arrival of European explorers in the 15th century, marking an era of resistance and resilience. Key figures like Tecumseh and Pontiac emerged during this time, standing against the Europeans. Tecumseh, a Shawnee leader born in 1768, led a coalition of tribes to resist settler encroachments, while Pontiac, an Ottawa war leader, initiated a rebellion against the British between 1763 and 1766. Their engagement with the Wild, marked by conflict, also saw alliances, trade, and ultimately resistance. Today, the journey towards reconciliation and recognition of Indigenous rights continues, ensuring their experiences and stories remain a vital part of Canada's evolving narrative. As we traverse the timeline of Canada's history, let's pause and journey to the Pacific Northwest, a region abundant with the rich storytelling traditions of First Nations people. One such tale is the story of the stone giants. In the time before time, it is said that massive beings known as stone giants roamed the earth. These colossal figures, made of rock and stone, were believed to be the original inhabitants of the lands we now call Canada. They moved through the landscapes, their immense weight carving valleys and rivers, their footprints forming lakes. When they lay down to rest, their bodies became mountains. When they fell or fought, they broke apart to form islands and cliffs. The stone giants, though fearsome in their size and strength, were not malevolent beings. They shaped the world not out of malice, but as a part of the natural order of things. These tales, woven with intricacy and detail, served multiple purposes. They were a means of explaining the formation of the natural world, a way to instill moral values, and a tool for preserving cultural identity. They are a testament to the rich cultural heritage of Canada's Indigenous peoples and their profound connection to the land. But these stories are not just remnants of the past. They continue to be told and retold, echoing through the ages, a vibrant thread in the tapestry of Canada's history. They serve as a reminder of the deep roots of First Nations cultures, their resilience, and their distinct perspectives of the world. And so, as we step forward into the era of European influence, let us carry with us these tales of the stone giants, stories from a time when mountains walked and rivers were born. Stories that remind us of the richness and depth of the cultural landscape that existed long before the first European settlers set foot on these shores. Many of us know the story of European colonization in Canada, but a whisper of an earlier arrival echoes across the Atlantic. Around the year 1000, a Norse explorer named Leif Erikson is believed to have landed in a place he called Vinland, possibly somewhere in present-day Newfoundland. These intrepid sailors, also known as Vikings, ventured west from their Scandinavian homelands, leaving their mark on history. While their stay in Vinland appears to have been short-lived, their arrival marks the earliest known European contact with North America. The end of the 15th century ushered in a period of revolutionary change. European explorers such as the Italian seafarer John Cabot, also known as Giovanni Caboto, and the French adventurer Jacques Cartier, set foot on Canadian soil and irrevocably altered the trajectory of its history. The lure of the lucrative fur trade led to heightened European interest as fur traders sought and formed alliances with the First Nations tribes. In 1608, France fortified its presence by establishing settlements along the St. Lawrence River, most notably the foundation of Quebec City. These territories collectively became known as New France and heavily relied on a prosperous fur trade as well as missionary endeavors to convert the indigenous populations to Christianity. However, the rivalry with the British for the control of resources and territories ignited a series of brutal conflicts, ultimately culminating in the French defeat in the 7 Years' War, 1756 to 1763. Canada's journey towards selfhood started with the Treaty of Paris in 1763, which marked the end of French rule in most of Canada. It was then that Canada began to emerge as a collection of British colonies. British policies during this period were focused on assimilating Indigenous populations and restricting their land control. Concurrently, to the south, American colonists, disgruntled with British rule, ignited the American Revolution, 1775 to 1783. These tensions seeped into Canada, with American forces unsuccessfully attempting to garner support for revolt. Regardless of these hurdles, the seeds of a united British North America were sown in Canada, fueled by fear of American expansionism and a yearning for more self-government. After years of negotiation, on July 1, 1867, the Dominion of Canada was born with the passage of the British North America Act. This act united the provinces of Canada East, Quebec, Canada West, Ontario, Nova Scotia and New Brunswick into a single self-governing dominion within the British Empire. A key figure in this transformation was Sir John Alexander Macdonald, the nation's inaugural Prime Minister. Macdonald, a visionary, aspired for a Canada stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific. To achieve this aspiration, he championed the construction of the legendary Canadian Pacific Railway. Completed in 1885, this monumental railway acted as the glue that held the nation together. It linked the Atlantic and Pacific coasts and laid the way to the Canadian vast wilderness, drawing newcomers to set up settlements. The Klondike Gold Rush of 1897 brought a wave of fortune seekers to the Yukon, triggering an unmatched growth. Despite these victories, it wasn't until the Statute of Westminster was passed in 1931 that Canada attained full legislative independence from Britain. This era of prosperity had its own tribulations, including treatment of communities, treaty imposition, and forced assimilation. The implications of these dark chapters in Canada's history are still apparent today. The continued efforts for reconciliation with Indigenous communities stand as a reminder of the country's intricate past. These significant events, the Treaty of Paris, the formation of the Dominion of Canada, the establishment of the Canadian Pacific Railway, the Klondike Gold Rush, and the pursuit of autonomy have shaped the Canada we recognize today. As we move forward, the challenges of the 20th century will persist to test and mold Canada's determination and resilience. Let's take a sweet detour to Quebec, leaving behind the grand narratives of nation-building and before delving into the tumultuous times of war. In the charming town of Rivière-du-Loup, a heartwarming tale of kindness and hospitality unfolds. This is the story of a humble woman known for her sugar pies, a sweet and comforting delicacy loved by all. One harsh winter, a weary traveler knocked on her door, seeking shelter and a warm meal. Despite having only one sugar pie left, the kind woman shared her last pie with the stranger without a second thought. Unbeknownst to her, the stranger was no ordinary traveler, but Jesus in disguise. Moved by her kindness and selflessness, Jesus blessed her with a never-ending supply of sugar pies. This tale, passed down from generation to generation, is not just a delightful story, but a testament to the spirit of generosity, hospitality, and the importance of sharing, values deeply rooted in French-Canadian culture. It serves as a reminder that even in times of scarcity, the act of sharing can bring about abundance. This quaint tale, though seemingly simple, carries a profound message that resonates with the ethos of the Canadian people, one that cherishes kindness and communal spirit. Let's turn the page to the next chapter where Canada faces the challenges of the 20th century head-on. embark on a journey through the transformative 20th century, a time when Canada's cities and regions became key players in two global conflicts. Our narrative begins in the lively city of Toronto, caught in the upheaval of the First World War. As a component of the British Empire, Canada's involvement was inevitable, but not passive. Over 600,000 Canadians, many from humble townships, lent their strength to the war efforts. Among them was Arthur Currie, a militia gunner who made history as the first Canadian to achieve the rank of full general. His decisive leadership at battles such as Vimy Ridge ensured Allied victories, altering the trajectory of the war. Canada's support extended beyond combat, providing financial aid and resources. Heading westward to the prairies, we witnessed the devastating cost of war. More than 60,000 Canadians perished, and over 170,000 were wounded. Shifting to Vancouver, we find Canada embroiled in the Second World War, this time through conscious choice. Over 1 million Canadians served, both domestically and abroad. Among the countless heroes of the Second World War was Billy Bishop, an air ace who played a critical role in establishing the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan. Canada's role in the Second World War was not confined to military action. Returning to Montreal, we witness Canada as an indispensable player in war production, churning out ships, aircraft, and munitions. This era signaled a considerable increase in Canada's industrial prowess, setting the stage for post-war economic expansion. The World Wars deeply influenced Canada. The country emerged with an enhanced sense of national identity and international recognition. Simultaneously, these wars heralded societal shifts, particularly in Ottawa, where women began to occupy new societal and work roles, fostering gender equality. The wars induced progress in science and technology and birthed social welfare programs to aid returning soldiers and their families. These wars altered Canada, influencing its global position and shaping its future. Canada, the second largest country in the world, is composed of 10 provinces and 3 territories. Each of these regions carries a distinct charm, offering a kaleidoscope of cultural and natural attractions. Now, let's veer off the beaten path and delve into these captivating provinces and territories, each radiating its distinct allure. We commence our journey with the majestic Canadian Rockies. This region, with its unspoiled lakes, imposing peaks, and teeming wildlife, serves as a sanctuary for nature devotees. From there, we traverse to the maritime provinces in the east, celebrated for their rugged coastlines, fishing hamlets, and deep-rooted maritime history. An exploration of Canada's unique cultural tapestry would be incomplete without a visit to Quebec. Here, the French influence is palpable in its architecture, cuisine, and language. Lastly, we journey to the Indigenous territories. These regions, scattered throughout Canada, a window into the rich native history, showcasing vibrant art, traditional ceremonies, and close-knit communities. These provinces and territories weave together a diverse tapestry that is unmistakably Canada, bearing testament to its natural beauty and historical heritage. Post-war Canada burgeoned, evolving into the dynamic nation we identify today. The end of World War II spurred and growth, with a surge in immigration adding to its cultural diversity. Although this period faced challenges like Quebec's sovereignty movement, it ultimately shaped Canada's bilingual nature, with English and French as its official languages. This distinct cultural mix is evident across the provinces, interspersed with several Indigenous languages that reflect its rich native history. Furthermore, Canada underwent major legal and societal transformations, most notably the adoption of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms in 1982. This milestone set global standards for human rights and remains a significant part of Canada's history. Today, Canada continues to evolve, renowned for its heritage, commitment to freedoms, and an innovative spirit, offering a sense of belonging to all its residents, regardless of their ancestry. Let's take a moment to delve into the rich tapestry of Canadian folklore, immersing ourselves in a spooky tale from Quebec, known as the Chasse-Galerie, or the Flying Canoe. This chilling story paints a vivid picture of the challenges faced by early settlers. The tale begins with a group of desperate loggers far away from their families who strike a dangerous pact with the devil for a flying canoe can take them home. However, they must return before dawn and swear off drinking and blasphemy for the night. As the night progresses, they break their promises, drinking and swearing. With dawn nearing, they try to return, but it's too late. The canoe spirals out of control, destined to fly through the night sky eternally. This eerie tale, passed down through generations, reflects the harsh realities faced by Quebec's early settlers. It's a chilling warning against the potential consequences of making deals with the devil. This tale serves as a stark reminder of the trials, tribulations faced by the early settlers of Quebec. Even today, on a cold, clear night in Quebec, if you look closely, you might just catch a glimpse of the flaming canoe, a spectral reminder of a pact gone terribly wrong. Celebrated for its scenic beauty and cultural prosperity, Canada's landscapes are a sight to behold. From the majestic Rocky Mountains to the expansive prairies' awe-inspiring Niagara Falls, each element testifies to its varied geography. However, this diversity isn't confined to the physical landscape, but permeates the spiritual essence of the nation as well. The religious panorama of Canada is as varied as its topography, encompassing an array of faiths including Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism, and Judaism. Diversity in Canada is also reflected in its linguistic landscape. The country is officially bilingual, with English and French serving as the primary languages of communication, especially in Quebec. However, the multilingual character of the nation extends beyond these two languages. A suite of indigenous languages, including Cree, Inuktitut, and Ojibwe, are recognized, underscoring the importance of the nation's heritage. The influence of immigration, too, in the linguistic milieu, with languages such as Punjabi, Italian, German, Cantonese, Tagalog, and Spanish adding the linguistic tapestry of the country. Christianity has played a significant role in shaping societal norms, public holidays, and lifestyle. Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism, and Judaism each add a unique strand to the multicultural, contributing their own customs, traditions, and beliefs. Additionally, an increasingly growing segment of the population identifies as non-religious, further broadening the spectrum of beliefs. This religious diversity enriches Canada's multicultural identity, fostering a sense of inclusivity and mutual respect. In the world of politics, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, 15th Prime Minister of Canada, is a significant figure who defined the nation's identity. His commitment to bilingualism resulted in the Official Act, which established French and English as the country's official languages. His most enduring legacy, the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, transformed the country's legal framework and solidified individual rights and freedoms in the nation. Symbols of national pride, like the red and white maple leaf on the Canadian flag, represents the country's rich identity. The red signifies bravery, strength, and valor, while the white symbolizes peace and honesty. The maple leaf has long been a symbol of Canada, representing the natural wealth of the nation. It's a symbol that is understood and recognized worldwide. The industrious beaver reflects the nation's abundance, perseverance, and commitment. The crown is a symbol of their historical ties with Great Britain and their status as a constitutional monarchy. The national dishes, like sweet maple syrup and poutine, as well as their passion for hockey, are as varied as the country's landscapes. The identity of Canada is not just confined to its geography, culture, and diversity. It extends to the remarkable personalities it has produced over the years in science and technology. Figures like Frederick Banting, co-discoverer of insulin, and Roberta Bondar, the first Canadian woman in space, have left significant footprints. Garrett Camp co-founded Uber, transforming transportation. Social activism and human rights have produced figures like Viola Desmond, a pioneering civil rights activist, Terry Fox, who raised cancer awareness funds through his Marathon of Hope, and Kim Campbell, the first female Prime Minister of Canada, women's rights. Jane Jacobs, an American-Canadian, influenced city design worldwide with her urban planning theories. In the realm of literature and arts, internationally acclaimed author Margaret Atwood, celebrated poet, songwriter, and novelist Leonard Cohen, and best-selling author Arthur have made their mark. Alexander Graham Bell, a Scottish-Canadian, revolutionized communication with the invention of the telephone. Canada, with its stunning landscapes, religious and cultural diversity, passion for hockey, and sweet maple syrup, captivates, intrigues, and leaves a lasting impression. With global contributions, figures like Trudeau, Cohen, Atwood, Dion, Banting, many more, there's indeed a reason why Canada is renowned for so many things. These are a few of the individuals who have shaped Canada, a list far from exhaustive, but providing a glimpse into the diverse personalities contributing to Canada's identity. In the realm of technology and innovation, Canada continues to stride forward. leaving a lasting global mark. Today, Canada, a nation characterized by the diversity of its 10 provinces, Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, and Saskatchewan, stands not only as a globally recognized developed nation, but also a multicultural melting pot. Each province contributes to the country's rich tapestry of cultures and identities. The country's multicultural and multilingual society is a testament to its ongoing commitment to immigration, welcoming people from all corners of the globe. Canada's political and economic trajectory includes significant challenges such as reconciliation with First Nations peoples, environmental protection, and maintaining a strong national identity in the face of globalization. Despite these challenges, Canada's economic power remains robust, driven by its rich natural resources and well-functioning labor market. It heavily relies on international trade, with the United States being its top trade partner, and the relations between these two nations significantly impact the global political and economic landscape. The diverse cultural landscape of Canada also holds many surprises, like the globally loved dessert, the butter tart, a Canadian sweet pastry masterpiece. A stroll through the lively streets of Quebec will greet you with bonjour, and the irresistible smell of tourtière, a traditional French-Canadian meat pie signifying the province's robust French-speaking population and the deeply rooted French influence in their food culture. Bilingualism, much like immigration, is a cornerstone of Canada's identity, adding a unique flavor to its cultural tapestry. It's not just about language, it's equally about the plate. English roast beef and French coq au vin harmoniously blend in Canadian cuisine, creating a unique gastronomic fusion. Every dish served in Canada tells a story about the country's rich history, varied traditions, and the essence of its provinces. The dining table becomes a confluence of cultures, languages, and heritages, making each meal a journey through the soul of Canada. The legends of Canada echo in its cuisine, traditions, and the soul of its provinces. Let's embark on our exploration of the serene province of Nova Scotia, where we'll unravel a captivating regional folktale. Right at the heart of Nova Scotia, within the embrace of the Shubenacadie Valley, reside the Mi'kmaq people. They are an original tribe of the First Nations, originally from Canada's Atlantic provinces. The heritage of the Mi'kmaq people, filled with rich cultural variety and oral traditions, provides numerous enthralling tales, giving us an insight into their unique world. Today we journey into the legend of an unusual fruit, the bakeapple. According to the tale, the bakeapple, also referred to as cloudberry in the Shubenacadie Valley. Intriguingly, it was deemed harmful to all but the Mi'kmaq. This story, shared through generations, forms a crucial part of the regional lore. But what rendered the bakeapple hazardous to others? The clue lies in the Mi'kmaq's deep comprehension of their terrain and resources to process and consume the bakeapple in a way that neutralizes its potential toxicity. This specialized knowledge underlines the profound relationship the Mi'kmaq maintains with their land. With the bakeapple's story, we observe the cultural diversity and unique regional identities that constitute Canada. This narrative also emphasizes the priceless wisdom Indigenous cultures hold about their environment. We hope this sneak peek into Canada's past has intrigued you, and we urge you to like, subscribe, and share for more fascinating content. We would be delighted to hear your suggestions about which country we should delve into next. Let's understand how history shapes our present and future. We appreciate your company and eagerly await to greet you in our upcoming video. Stay safe and continue your adventures. As we wrap up our journey through Canada, we want to acknowledge that there's so much more to this beautiful country than we could possibly cover in a single video. From the towering Rocky Mountains to the expansive Arctic tundra, from the bustling city life of Toronto to the serene tranquility of the Shubenacadie Valley, Canada's rich history, diverse culture, and stunning landscapes are too vast to be fully explored in such a short time. Our journey through Canada has been an exhilarating ride. A whirlwind tour of a country that is as diverse as it is vast. We've journeyed through time, delving into the early history of the First Nations, the European settlement, the formation of the Confederation, and the growth of Canada into the modern nation that it is today. We've explored the different regions, each with its own unique character and identity. We've tasted the sweet sugar pie of Rivière-du-Loup, and learned about the intriguing Bakeapples of Shubenacadie. We've listened to the tale of the flying canoe and marveled at the stone giants of the Pacific Northwest. The purpose of this video was to provide a brief overview and touch upon various topics, sparking your curiosity and hopefully encouraging you to delve deeper into the fascinating story of Canada. The true essence of Canada lies in its diversity and resilience, its ability to respect and preserve its history while embracing change and looking forward to the future. We hope this video has sparked your interest and encouraged you to delve deeper into the fascinating story of Canada. Remember, this is just the beginning of the journey, not the end. There are so many more stories to discover, so many more places to explore. Canada is a journey unfinished, a story untold. We invite you to join us in this ongoing journey of discovery. Together, let's continue to explore, learn, and grow.